Here we have Reiko Samurai Armor Full Redux by Kane9580. Now this mod is a conversion of the original Reiko Armor mod from the original Skyrim. But the mod author also adds a Dragonplate variant that can be crafted under the Dragon tab at the Forge, and the Dragonplate variant just looks, finger-licking delicious. You know what I mean? It's mint. Mint. Now the original Reiko Armor can also be crafted from the Ebony tab of the crafting menu. They can also both be upgraded to the same stats. How great is that? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always wanted a really cool Samurai Armor mod in Skyrim. And this is it. This is the one. This takes Samurai Armor mods and just takes it to the next level. Look at that, how samurai-y this is. It's so samurai-y, it just makes me want to fight. It's like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. That's how samurai this is. Now, the Reiko Samurai Armor, it just looks incredible in the game. It makes me wet in my panties every time I look directly at it, which makes it hard for me to look directly at it in public places. It's why I got kicked out of the library last week. But I'll tell you this. Those librarians have no idea what the fuck they're dealing with, man. I'm getting my lawyer. I'm coming back full force, okay? You can't just kick a man out of the library because he's covered in cum. Oh, actually you can, apparently, according to the laws that I just Googled. You apparently can do that. So, the point is, I need to stop looking at mods in public libraries that make me come all over myself. Right? At the end of the day, I'm not a functioning adult. And that's something that is definitely going to come up in my diary later on tonight, for sure. No question. I rate this mod one photo of Ronald McDonald if he sold crack instead of hamburgers. Hey! You guys want a Big Mac? Up next, we've got Knightjudicator Armor and Greatsword by M. McCarth 4. A lot of people don't know what Judicator means, but I know what Judicator means. I know what it means. It means to judicate on things. I respect that. As a person who feels that I might be a Judicator myself, that I might sometimes judicate, you know, sometimes when I'm feeling a little lonely, I judicate a little. Sometimes too much. Sometimes I start judicating and I can't stop. I can't stop myself from judicating. It's just like, oh my god, I'm judicating so much right now. You know, you get there sometimes. So from one judicator to another, I look at this armor mod and I think, this is mint. This is mint. Knightjudicator Armor. This is incredible. We're sharing in the judication. This adds a crazy detailed and historical armor and beautiful greatsword to Skyrim. The armor and greatsword are craftable under the steel category and requires steel smithing to craft it. The armor has the same stats as ebony armor, and the greatsword is as strong as dragonbone. You can also find a set of this armor in the Blue Palace in Solitude. When I think of great armor additions to Skyrim, I always think to myself, oh, is this medievally looking enough to add to the game or whatever? Even though this is a fantasy game, almost every time I add anything, I always want to add something that's like sort of medieval looking. And this is one of those great medieval looking armors that just sort of gets overlooked all the time. It looks absolutely fantastic. I rate this mod one lizard that's just fed up with 2020.
That's it. Fuck it. I'm out.
Here we have the Sithis Armor by JRC0011. The Sithis Armor is dark and scary, like Asian kids in horror movies. It terrifies me in ways I can't even fully comprehend. This mod adds a Dark Brotherhood themed assassin armor with a light and heavy version available for both male and female characters. The armor is craftable at any forge, if you have an 85 smithing level or a 75 light and heavy armor level, depending on which one you wish to craft. Yeah, so just get out there and, craft away or have at her. I personally love crafting this armor. It does things to me, you know? Weird, sexy, naked things. Oh yeah, it does it, you know? Sometimes when I put this armor over my body, I'm not wearing any clothes underneath. Not in no underwear, nothing. It's just me and the armor, baby. Just feeling it press up against my nips. Now, all the stats of this armor are roughly at the same level as the ebony gear, though you'll only need a standard steel level crafting materials to make it. So that's a win-win. There are also two variants of the cowl, a more straightforward black one, and one with a pattern of a skull. You can also have a hoodless mask or a maskless hood. whatever really tickles your dick. You'll be able to craft all these variants at the forge, though. There's also matching blades, a one-handed short sword, a two-handed bastard sword that the mod author created from scratch, and there's also a bow and a dagger as well. There is so much here to love. I can't believe they fit it all in one little package. I rate this mod one hippo trying to eat another hippo. Stop it, Carl. You're not gonna eat me. Yeah, but I bet you were scared, weren't you? Here we have New Legion by Nordwar UA. Now, this new Legion armor looks absolutely amazing. I mean, the old Legion armor, it was okay. It was okay. Did it change my life? You know what I mean? Did it make me want to write poetry and run through meadows and shit all naked, letting my dick and balls, like, hit, like, flowers and dandelions in the fucking mouth? No, it didn't. It didn't have that effect on me. Although I do still do that, the old Legion armor didn't make me want to do that, is what I'm saying. I might still do that. I might still do that, but not because of the old Legion armor. But now with this new Legion armor, man, I feel refreshed. I feel like a new me, you know? I put this stuff on, I wear it around, I let the fucking peasants gawk at me from a distance. It just makes me feel whole, you know? Like I'm worth more. Anyways, this modification adds armor for the Imperial Legion. The armor replaces the standard game armor variants, and I couldn't be more impressed. Legion soldiers are dressed in 3 types of armor. They have leather, chainmail, and segment armor. Most soldiers will wear heavy armor. Some of them will have cloaks. Now, legates will be dressed in a heavier segmental armor. There's also a specially crafted armor for the Penitus Oculatus, or the Penis Tutatus, the Penitus, the Penitus. Such armor will be able to be obtained as a reward for the destruction of the Dark Brotherhood. Now, the General and Emperor are dressed in a previous modification, but it still looks absolutely fantastic. The modification also adds an old Legionnaire armor from Oblivion. Such armor can be found in a cave near Helgen. It lies immediately in front of a spider's nest, so if you like spiders, it's a great place to find a new armor. If you hate spiders, it's a terrifying place to find a new armor. Now, it will be rusty, but it can be repaired at a forge, so you guys can relax, calm down. It's gonna be all right. I rate this mod one cat hiding from the shit that it just took.
If I remain perfectly still, it won't see me.
Here we have Rakes End by Reiko. This mod adds a mid-sized atmospheric hideout with a history off the beaten path between Riverwood and Whiterun. Now, if you don't mind getting your boots a little wet, yeah, the sounds of a waterfall, and prefer a darker, hidden place to kick up your feet and drop off your loot, this may be the player home for you. Now, it has a ton of goodies as well as including, but not limited to, 192 unique displays, full smithing area, alchemy lab, enchanting table, staff enchanter, mortar, underground garden, 6 planters, coffin, mirror, bath, 5 weapon racks, mannequin, 2 weapon displays, link storage, map marker, hidden entrance, and so much more. Rakes End is this like super secretive place that you can go to just be alone with your feelings or your thoughts. If you got like questions about who you are or who you're sexually attracted to or why you like to sniff people's fucking socks, you know, you can just get there and just hash that shit out, you know, just hash out those feelings. Sometimes rub your dick on the walls or whatever. No one's judging. No one's judging, right? Because Rakes End is like, it's a loner's paradise. It's off the beaten path. It's like the Batcave of Skyrim, you know? It's hard to find. You know, you got to push a special thing to get in the door. It's got a dead guy out front to, like, scare off the children or whatever. So people aren't just going to run in on you and catch you balls deep in a mannequin dressed up like a giant shrimp, right? That weird shit you're going to be able to keep to yourself because that's the Rakes End promise, okay? You're going to be able to keep all that weirdness confined to one super secretive location underneath a waterfall. And yeah, people walking by that waterfall are going to hear some weird moans and grunts and shit. But they're just going to think they're ghosts or ghouls or whatever and fucking run off. And then you're going to be able to be there, you know, and just be you, just be free, you know? If you're like some sick weirdo that needs a place to hide from the law or just to like lay low for a while, Rakes End is the place for you, okay? They're not going to follow you into a waterfall. Law officials in Skyrim don't do that shit. They're going to turn around and walk away. As soon as you disappear into the mist of a waterfall, they're going to be like, oh, he's dead. Yeah. And they're just going to go about their business or whatever. accusing people of committing crimes against Skyrim people. Hey, you've committed crimes against Skyrim people. Oh, he disappeared into a waterfall. I did not see that coming. That is, wow. Unconventional escape. Good for him. That's what they would say. So Rakes End's got that going for it too.
I rate this mod the Prime Minister of Canada trying to remember his training. Oh no, it's happening! It's happening! What do I do? What the fuck do I do? Oh my god. No! No!
Here we have the Skystone Castle by Skyrim Laz. This mod adds a medium-sized, fully detailed player castle located outside of Whiterun at the foot of the hills. It has loads and loads of display and storage, a pool for undressing NPCs, unique item displays, and so much more. In order to acquire this castle, though, you're gonna need to purchase it for 60,000 gold shillings, which by today's standard, incorporating inflation, and carry the one, is a fuck ton of money! It's a lot! Put it this way, I sucked 60,000 dicks to get this castle. I'm sorry, 120,000 dicks to get this castle. And you know what? It was worth every single dick. This castle features a throne room, bedrooms, private pool, a kiddie pool, armory, crafting stations, dining hall, underkeep, war rooms, Talos Shrine, vampire room, guardhouse, stable gatehouse, jail, 27 NPCs, and so much more. It's the bee's knees of castle mods in Skyrim. The bee's knees. Everyone who plays a fantasy game knows that you need a big, extravagant place in which to live to impress the NPCs, right? NPCs don't just go home and have sex with any player character. No. The point is, if you want NPCs to respect you, you need to have so much more than they ever will, right? And you need to flaunt it in front of them, you know, dance around a little bit. I like to wear all my gold and jewelry at the same time. It's super heavy. It's actually to the point where my character can't even move. I have to be dragged into a room. It lets all the NPCs know how worthless and beta male they are to me. They're a bunch of soy boy little bitches. And all of the girl characters, they're like, oh my god, he's so fucking sexy. I just want to fucking touch his dick with my face. You know, that's what they're saying, probably. I don't know. I can't read NPCs. They don't say that with their mouths. They say it with their eyes. And the only way that they're going to say that with their eyes is if you got the bling. You know what I mean? That Kanye West bling that you can just flaunt. Let's face it, you go on a date with an NPC character and you take her to a little shack in the woods, she probably thinks she's about to get serial murdered, right? But you take her to a castle, and even if she thinks she's about to get serial murdered, she's going to be like, well, at least I'll smell nice when he murders me. The point is, if you want respect and power to the point where you're wheeling dames like you're a jarl, okay, you're going to need a fucking castle. And the only castle that really tickles my ball hairs is the Skystone Castle. It's just got it all.
I rate this mod one guy pushing too hard when he's taking a shit.
Oh god, no! Up next, we've got Unplayable Faction Armors by J3. Oftentimes, you hear about these factions in Skyrim, you know? Well, what was it, you know what I mean? There's all these factions, and I'm not allowed to join them. Well, guess what? I want to join those factions. I want to be part of their group. Or I want to murder all of them and wear their fucking clothes around. Because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about murdering people and then wearing their shit and pretending to be them. This mod adds armors and weapons from some of the unjoinable factions in Skyrim. It adds the Vigilance of Stendarr, which is an order dedicated to eradicating Daedra, founded immediately after the Oblivion Crisis. Now, the armor and weapons can be crafted after investigating Dim Hollow Crypt. It also adds the Silver Hand, which are mercenaries and professionals who hunt monsters. No one knows where their main base is or who gives the orders, but judging by their huge dicks, it's probably someone super savage. Now, their armors and weapons can be crafted after wiping them out of Skyrim. There is also the Alik'r Mercenaries, which is an elite Hammerfell warriors who provide military services for local nobility. Their armor and weapons can be crafted after helping them capture a certain fugitive or wiping them out. Option 2 is always there, you know? There's also the Blood Horkers. Silly me. Which is a gang of sea raiders whose base is on an island in the Sea of Ghosts. Their armor and weapons can be crafted after, you guessed it, wiping them out. And finally, there's the Black Blood Pirates, my personal favorite, who are dressed in leather-clad armor to protect them from dampness and humidity of the marine climate. Their weapons and armor can be crafted after wiping them out. These armors are so cool that I don't even like these unplayable factions, but I pretend to be these unplayable factions just because I like the armor so much. I mean, the Vigilance of Stendarr, they're kind of a bunch of bitches, if you ask me, but now that they got these new armors, sign me up. I'm a cosmetic guy, man. I'm all about how it looks. And the Vigilance of Stendarr's new gear, oh my fucking god, does it do it for me. I feel like a Knight of the Old Republic. I feel like I need to be in a round table somewhere, getting jerked off by Lancelot. I feel like a badass when I'm wearing these armors. If I had to venture a guess on how the mod author made these armors, I would assume that he probably sold his soul to the devil so that he would be amazing in making armor mods. It's the only thing that makes sense. I just picture this mod author like dancing in the woods covered in blood, just chanting, being like, hoop da ha da, hoop da hop da, you know, and then he comes home to his wife and kids. They're like, where were you, Pete? He's like, I was making sure that I'm the best goddamn armor creator in Skyrim. That's what I was doing, you sons of bitch kids. What the fuck are you asking me questions for? You should be in bed, goddamn. It's 4 a.m. You know? That's what I picture. I could be wrong.
I rate this mod one photo of someone who listened to the wrong person at work. Oh, apparently International Weird Outfit Day isn't a thing. Well, I feel ridiculous.
Up next, we've got Vanilla Armor Replacers by JD-J3. This mod retextures some of the armor sets and weapon sets from the base game to a more high medieval aesthetic. It also adds a new armor set that looks similar to the one from the Skyrim trailer. The mod retextures the vanilla iron, hide, fur, leather, studded steel, dwarven, scaled, steel plate, ebony, wolf, ancient Nord, and Nordic armor sets. When I think about the vanilla armors in Skyrim, I want to cry, you know, like a man-child. You know, I just want to curl up in a ball and just have a good cry. Because they don't do it for me, right? I don't want to wear them around, you know. I'm not going to impress any Jarls wearing some vanilla fucking bullshit armor. Am I? No, right? They're going to look at that and be like, who is this fucking peasant? Have him escorted out of my halls and thrown into the nearest dungeon. Right? That's what they're going to say. Or at least that's how they're going to make me feel with their eyes. We've all been there. We meet the Jarl Whiterun for the first time and we're like all self-conscious about what we got on because we're wearing the vanilla duds, right? And it's not enough. You're in there with vanilla leather armor and they're like looking at you like, what is your deal? You know? What are you about? Are you going to help us fucking slay dragons and shit? Probably not. You look like a strong breeze is going to blow you the fuck out the window because your gear looks like it was found inside of a horse's butthole. The point of the matter is the vanilla armor doesn't look good. And if it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good. When you install this armor mod, it changes all the vanilla gear and makes it look fucking sexy. You're gonna walk in, the Jarl's gonna turn his head, and then other fucking people will probably look as well, and they'll be like, oh my god, who's this guy? What's he all about? We need to know him or her, because they got really cool gear. And then they'll probably run up to you and ask you to sign their face or whatever. Whatever people do when they're really impressed. That's how you're going to feel when you use the Vanilla Armor Replacer by JD-J3. Because he just gets it. He fucking gets it. This is one of those mods that I absolutely feel is a must-have mod in the game. Just because it makes all the armors look so much better. It's about looking better. It's a video game. Let's look as good as we can.
I rate this mod that one guy who's pretty sure he's got it all figured out. Look out, Atlantis! I'm on my way!
Here we have Ultra Weapons Pack by Hellfog. This mod adds a weapon pack containing 8 new weapons to the game. These weapons are either very long, very big, very heavy, or very sexy. The weapons are the Ultra Iron Sword, Axe, Mace, Steel Sword, Steel Axe, and Steel Mace. There are also 2 bonus weapons, the Ultra Iron Pickaxe and the Akaviri Ultra Saber. The weapons have a certain theme to them. Iron weapons are scratched, rusty, and abused beyond all reason, while steel ones have certain patterns and decorations about them while still looking like they've seen regular use. Now, you can obtain these weapons from any forge provided you have the necessary materials and perks to craft them. You can also temper and enchant them as well. Do you want weapons that just tell all of Skyrim that you might be compensating for something? Well, boy, then these weapons are the ones you need. These weapons are obnoxiously large. They're so big, in fact, that if you didn't have a sexual complex about the size of your genitalia, they'd give you one. You know? They're just that big and large and scary. Some of them are hauntingly scary, you know? Like, some of them are, like, to the point where it's like, you feel like you might have seen them in your periphery vision when you're in the shower and you freak out a little, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, they're that frightening. These weapons are so large, in fact, that sometimes you can, if you were to take them into battle, you don't even need to swing them around. They'll scare your enemies into submission before you even pull them out of your backpack. They'll be like, what the fuck? It's still, what? What is that? Who even uses something that big? That's insane. If you hit a dragon in the face with one of these things, that dragon will never fuck with you again. Every time you enter the room, it'll be shivering and shit, just like crying in the shower, just thinking about you and that fucking huge weapon of yours. These armors are like the dildos I keep in my closet, confusingly large and difficult to fit completely in my asshole. Ever try to shave your balls with a sword this big? It's not impossible, but it is extremely difficult.
I rate this mod one guy who apparently hates watermelons. When you see Satan, tell him Devin sent ya!
Hey, Grandpa, what's your fucking problem, man? That was a perfectly good watermelon.
Here we have Stark Armor by Nordwar UA. This mod adds Stark armors from the TV show Game of Thrones. There is a heavy version of the armor that has steel attributes, and there's also a lightweight version of the armor. King John's armor does not require a helmet and has slightly increased attributes. Now, all of these armors can be forged at any normal forge in the steel and lamellar sections. Only one armor can make you feel righteous enough to kick King Joffrey right in his penis. Does this outfit make me feel like I could manslap a Dothraki serial rapist right across the mouth? Yes. Yes, it does. Nothing says I'm ready to body a White Walker like some Stark armor. That's for sure. Now, Stark armors remind me of what it might be like to grow up as a badass son of a decapitated war hero who inadvertently fucks his aunt on a sea vessel. You know? Some real lascivious shit there. Real lascivious.
I rate this mod one person who got into yoga for all the wrong reasons.
Yep, I almost got it. There's a couple more inches.
Thanks again for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to bitch slap that subscribe button like it's 3 weeks behind on your rent. Bitch! Where's the money, bitch? Where's the money? Where is it? Also, go ahead and hit that bell icon too, because apparently YouTube thought there should be extra steps. Why not, right?
I'd like to subscribe, but first I have to click this and this and do this. Oh, it needs an email. All right, and this. Okay, fuck. Just tell me when he's uploading. Fuck!
Once you do all that, if you're lucky, at the stroke of midnight, a tiny little Averagebaters fairy might come and tickle your butthole. Now, I hope to see you all again next time, and remember to keep on average baiting, baby.